Anyway, we're joined by the former NFL star Jason Bell once again. Good afternoon, Jason.
What's up, fellas? It's good to be here.
I said in the intro that the Patriots were humbled by a part-time game show host last night. This is a nod to Aaron Rodgers, who's back after injury. He steps in on the game show Jeopardy now and again. He's presented it over in the States, and he seems to I think that's kind of life beyond football for him, isn't it? A little bit of TV.
He's known to be a very intelligent guy. He was actually really good on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Really, there could be a post-career plan, and he was good last night. Two touchdowns, played well. Aaron Rodgers is an interesting guy, but he came through for his team, and if he plays like that, the Jets have hope.
Yeah, it's interesting because am I right in thinking when he signed for them last season, he only played one snap, two snaps? He got injured very quickly.
His Achilles, he blew it out in the first game. You saw the hope go out of that stadium quickly, but he's back, he recovered, and he's one of the top players when he's on his game.
How much should we read into that game last night? Because it was a bit of a shoeing, wasn't it, for the Patriots? There's this post. We're well into
they won their first game, but they lost their second game.
Yeah, is this? They were so dominant with Brady and Belichick, but those days are gone, haven't they?
Yeah, they struggle on offense, but that defense is good. So when you look at the Jets' performance versus that, you can say a lot of positive things about the Jets' offense and what Aaron Rodgers was able to accomplish.
Now, it's been an awful lot about the Kansas City Chiefs, partly because they have great players, but also the fact one of the players goes out with Taylor Swift. And on talkSPORT's new NFL YouTube channel, the talkSPORT NFL Rundown, they were discussing if the Chiefs have become the most disliked team in the NFL.
But what I've noticed around this Kansas City Chiefs team is a change of discourse recently. This is a team who had the lovable Andy Reid, who had Patrick Mahomes, the greatest quarterback I've ever watched play the game of football. I know he's not Tom Brady, but from a physical tools perspective, I've never seen anyone better at it. I actually think by having all of the nonsense in the background with the Taylor Swift of it all and the Travis Kelce of it all, which has never been something that bothers me, but for a lot of NFL fans, they're just a bit exhausted of it at this point. I think that they are a team who have become unlikable.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Has there been a bit of a backlash, Jason?
It's the director's fault. They keep cutting to her every 5 seconds. It's really irritating.
Listen, the Kansas City Chiefs are a great team. So people want to see them get knocked off. But the people love the players. And the one thing about the NFL is people fall in love with the athletes on the field. And when you talk about the quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, you talk about Travis Kelce, people like these guys. So, yes, they want to see them lose because they want to see somebody else hoist the trophy at the end of the season. But we like those guys as players.
Okay.
Yeah, last Sunday, you go back to last Sunday, I was watching Red Zone. There were 7 one-possession games in the early window, which coming right into the last quarter. It was very exciting. They went quad box. I was thinking, thank God for Scott Hansen. I don't know what's going on here.
There's too much information to take.
You got to have some good peripheral vision.
You do. Yeah. But I did notice there were 3 onside kicks that were massively unsuccessful, as they almost always seem to be. I was thinking, what could they do to make that effective? Because generally they just sort of kick it into the bloke catches it and that's the end of it. You want it to sort of bounce, but they don't seem to be able to make it the ball end over end and then perhaps turn back to them.
Yeah, it's a difficult kick. You hear some people talk about maybe having it like a one play where it's 4th and 10 or something. You got to pick up a first down, or 4th and 12 or something of that nature. One thing about the NFL competition committee is they look at these things in the offseason and they will correct the best way to make the game more consumable and enjoyable for us fans.
You were telling me, Andy, that Charlie Smith might get a game, the Irish guy.
It's a different one.
Oh, you're thinking of it as a different player? All
different
right.
Irish player who also ex-GAA kicker.
Okay.
May play for the Giants, I think, because Gano is injured.
Yeah,
he's
Gano's
at the
out.
Saints.
Yeah,
he's at the Saints, isn't
That'll
he?
be really cool. He's got a great following. So all these kickers coming from Ireland, this is good. Great for the sport.
It is. Obviously, we were focusing more on Reece Zammit, but say the kickers have probably got more chance of being involved than he has.
Listen, if I would have kicked, I wouldn't be here sitting with y'all right now. I'd still be kicking because you can play a long time. So yes, if you're a kicker, pursue that career.
Yeah. Well, I think Harry Kane fancies that, doesn't he? He's still weighing that up.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so smart for that.
What are the games that have caught your eye this weekend, Jason?
I mean, we got a lot of. I want to see the Baltimore Ravens, right, go against the Dallas Cowboys because these are two desperate teams off of a loss. So that'll be interesting. The Baltimore Ravens are 0-2. So Lamar Jackson has never lost 3 games in a row. So I like to watch games where it is really on the line because I'm telling you, all week in practice, it's been miserable. That week is so difficult. You can't wait to get on the field and play.
It's their worst start for some time, isn't it? 0-2. So.
And you just would have never expected that out of them. They have a new defensive coordinator, so they're trying to get used to that. They're not playing well on defense. But with Lamar Jackson, he is supposed to make you right. We're going to see in this game who battles toughest.
We got the kickoff on Sunday with the Texans versus the Vikings.
Ooh, that is a good one. Both undefeated, and this offense of the Texans versus the defense of the Vikings. C.J. Stroud, it's going to be an unbelievable game. These two teams are playing well.
And then we've got the Chiefs versus the Falcons.
Which is great because the way the Falcons played, I mean, nobody expected them to be this good except them. We're going to see the Chiefs who are undefeated, and let's see if they can keep rolling. They get everybody's best game. So that's what's great about watching them play.
And finally, talkSPORT 2, 1 a.m. Tuesday morning, Buffalo Bills versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. What about that one?
Buffalo Bills are playing well. I mean, I talk about Josh Allen. He is a superhero on the field. That offense is clicking. Jacksonville is struggling. They're going to have their work cut out for them. It's going to be a battle. Interesting to see if they can rally and give the Buffalo Bills everything they got.
Yeah. Well, it's been good having you in again, and you've pleased Andy because he's taken a shine to your glasses.
Very
so
nice.
He's going to be contacting your opticians today.
I mean, we can't help that we both got style. Like, it's just who we are, and we have to accept that, and that's the relationship.
I was asking you whether you were a glasses wearer as a player, and did you ever wear lenses? But you say maybe you should have done.
Yeah, I dropped a lot of interceptions, made a lot of mistakes, and if I would have had those lenses, things would have been different.
You don't want to lose a lens halfway through an NFL game. Imagine
no,
all the
it's
players all
happened.
getting around.
Yeah,
You've
Seen it happen, the panic that ensues, man. Those guys on the sideline, they got your backup lenses ready for you because they don't want you out there not being able to see.
Do you think in the old school days, anybody played wearing glasses?
Well, you saw them with the goggles back in the day, but that was so uncool, But yeah, if you had to wear them, you had to wear them.
You used to get soccer players, football players wearing glasses.
Long time
in
ago.
the 50s.
A long time. Well, Edgar Davids did, but that was for medical reasons, wasn't it? Of course.
Hey, whatever you got to do to ball out.
Yeah, exactly. Jason, thank you very much for popping in.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Jason Bell there, as we said, with lots of live action on talkSPORT 2, kicking off with the Texans versus the Vikings Sunday afternoon at 5 p.m.